Hello tonight, friend. Kristen Hotop here again. Glad that you could join me. So I told you the other night that I started reading the book Tiny Habits, and I wanted to share a little bit tonight about what I have learned. So hopefully you enjoyed the fabulous weather today. I know it was gorgeous. It was in the 50s here, and we're supposed to have a few more days of the 50s as well. So a little bit about the behavior model that I am learning about. It's an equation. So behavior equals motivation plus ability plus prompt. So it's easy, really easy to remember. B equals MAP, M-A-P. Now, think about behavior like a recipe. If you don't like what's happening, then change some of the pieces. So if you don't like how the recipe turned out, then change a little bit of the ingredients. Try a little bit of this, try a little bit of that until you get the recipe the way you want it. So for example, maybe you want to start a new exercise habit, but the thought of exercising for 30 minutes is overwhelming. I know, I've been there. And so you want to start small. That's where the whole concept of tiny habits come in. Something that you can start right away, something that doesn't seem overwhelming, and then you build on those habits. So I'm super excited. I have several that I have started. So I've got one where I say a phrase as soon as I get up every morning. It's going to be a great day today. That is part of one of my tiny habits that I'm learning. And I'm not going to share everything that's in the book. If you want more information, you can feel free to message me and I can share more, but I don't want to share too much. Otherwise, I don't want to get in trouble with the author, since we did pay for the book. All right, but the one thing I want to share tonight is something that really stuck with me. So you may have heard me talk in other videos before about you are not your thoughts. Your thoughts are just words, and whether or not you accept them can change your total perspective. So if you have a negative thought that pops into your mind, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not pretty enough, those are just words, you guys. You can say those are not true, those are lies, I'm not going to accept those. It's the same thing with your behavior. Now, this is where it seemed a little bit strange to me. I had to think about this. I had to accept this. So the behavior model that I am learning doesn't have a lazy axis. It's not a referendum on character. It's nothing with you personally. You are not your behavior, just like you are not your thoughts. So behavior is learned. Behavior is trained. When we have a prompt, then we will perform a behavior. And if you want to chat more about this, I'd love to chat more with you about this. But it's something that I had to sit down and I had to think about. So if there's something, if you are motivated to do something, then there's a higher chance that behavior will actually be performed. If you have the ability, if something is easy, then again, there's a higher chance that behavior will be performed. And then if there's a prompt, so the easy example of the prompt is the phone ringing. The phone rings, that's your prompt, you answer the phone. That behavior gets performed. So if you, again, like what I said before, it's like a recipe. So if there's something that you want to quit, get rid of the prompt. And I know that in many cases is a lot harder than what it sounds, but that's what I'm working on. That's what I'm practicing on. That's what I'm reading through this Tiny Habits book. And I'm really, really excited and glad that I could share a little bit with you tonight on what I've learned, what I'm learning, and how it's going to impact my wellness routine for this year. I'm super excited to have you along on my wellness journey for 2021, learning these tiny habits, how I can increase my my impact in the world this year by creating those new great tiny habits in my life that can make a big difference. So thanks for joining me tonight, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.